Dear friends, I am sorry not to be here with you to accept this wonderful award. Bank Street has been my home for 28 years as a member of the nurturing Bank Street Writers Workshop, where I have had the privilege of coming with my manuscripts in progress to meet and listen to other children's book writers, all with the common goal of trying to produce literature of lasting value for children. Bank Street is a place that cherishes children, literature, and writers. The award I have generously been given honors Flora Stieglitz Straus, who profoundly believed that books about diverse cultures enrich and help all children in their growth. From what I have read about her life, she was an inspiration to all who had the privilege of knowing her. I am honored to have her award bestowed on me. In my book, Beyond Courage, I set out to dispel a vast and dangerous untruth, a still-to-believe stereotype that Jews went, quote, like lambs to the slaughter, unquote. In my 6 years of research, I found account after account of courageous Jews and Christians who risked their lives to save others. All of the people I wrote about were part of networks of organized resistance throughout Nazi-occupied Europe during the Holocaust. Some of these resistors were teenagers or young adults who took on the mantle of adult responsibilities and committed themselves to rescuing others, often losing their lives doing so. Their courage inspires me. I believe their courage would have inspired Flora Stieglitz Straus. I want you to meet 22-year-old Marion Cohn, who was captured while trying to smuggle 28 Jewish children out of France into Switzerland. Cohn was offered her freedom, but she refused it because she knew it would doom those children. With the help of the mayor of Annemasse, France, all 28 children survived, though Marion Cohn did not. I want you to meet Burl Yoselowitz, an engineer in the Novogrodic forced labor camp who worked out the measurements for digging the tunnel to freedom for 230 Jewish prisoners. Idil Kagan, now called Jack, who lives in London, has become a dear friend, and he worked with me to recreate the details of this incredible escape in which he participated as a 14-year-old. It's almost impossible to believe how the four Belsky brothers led 700 Jews through the forests and swamps of occupied Belarusia, keeping ahead of a massive German military operation combing the woods to kill Jews. These Jews outwitted 52,000 soldiers, along with mobile killing units of SS and police and local collaborators. Perhaps even more astounding is how the Bielskis created a self-sufficient village in the forest, which at its height had 1,200 Jews living and working there. Their descendants number over 12,000 today. Estucia Watchblum and her sister Honker and other women forced to producing dynamite for the Germans in a factory in the death camp of Birkenau smuggled out dynamite powder a few grains at a time for the Sonderkommando revolt that blew up Crematorium 4. Sarika Yeheshua, a 14-year-old Greek-Jewish girl, first served as a nurse in Greece's war against the Germans, and when her people lost, fled to the mountains and formed an all-girls Andarte or partisan fighters group. A former educator, I believe in the power of teachers. In the Theresienstadt ghetto, a way station for the gas chambers, Walt Eisinger inspired his students to create a magazine called Vidam, which meant in the lead. For 2 years, 100 boys illustrated and wrote poetry, interviews, jokes, book reviews, stories, and articles for that magazine. 14-year-old Petra Gins edited and hand-wrote the single copy of each magazine. The magazines were rescued after the war ended and are in the archives of Prague's Jewish Museum. I mourn the loss of these talented young boys, but in reading excerpts from their writings, we reaffirm the imagination, creativity, and talent of all young people. I have had the privilege of living with these people for the last 6 years. I have met most of them only through their writings and their photographs. I have been blessed to meet a few in person. I wrote my book to honor their memory. I wrote this book so we may recognize the strength that we all have within us. Their heroic actions live within me, and I believe when you learn about them, their actions and their heroism will live within you. Thank you.